The Boot.
And we know that Nick Saban is going to be moving into broadcasting. I believe he's going to be part of College Game Day next year. Let's see what he has to say. I want to be clear. Nick Saban sounded off on his former players. I want to be clear that wasn't the reason, but for some of these events, some of those events certainly contributed, Saban said, of his decision to retire. I was really disappointed in the way that the players acted after the game. You got to win with class. You got to lose with class. We had our opportunities to win the game, and we didn't do it. And then showing your ass and being frustrated and throwing helmets and doing that stuff, that's not who we are and what we've prompted in our program. I thought we could have had we could have had a hell of a team next year, and then maybe 70 or 80% of the players you talk to, all they want to know is two things. What assurances do I have that I'm going to play because they're thinking about transferring? And how much are you going to pay me? Saban recounted. Now, I'm going to go on the record and tell everybody who has not seen it, but I called this at the very stinking beginning. One of the main reasons was because Saban was getting tired of hearing, Coach, that's fine and all dandy. I know you guys won championships. I know that you guys, have all this history or whatever. Yeah, but how much money you're going to pay me? Bingo. Right there, out of his own mouth. That is exactly what happened.
And it's going to get worse.
I'm going to skip down here. So I'm saying to myself, maybe this doesn't work anymore. That the goals and aspirations are just different, and that it's all about how much money can I make as a college player. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that's never been what we're all about. That is absolutely 100%. Like, we didn't know the reason. We didn't have any inside information. We didn't talk to Nick Saban ourselves. I wish. Great if we would have had him on the show. But like, I didn't have any inside source. There was nothing there. It was all speculation. But a light bulb went off in my head. I remember, and Randy, I think you can remember this, when they asked him one championship year, hey, Nick, give us your pitch. What pitch do you give to college players to get them to come to the University of Alabama?
Mm-hmm.
Did. And I said it. Not a daggum one thing that he says anything about how much money they're going to get. And for all of that not to matter, historic program, accomplishments. Yeah, Coach, I get that. But how much money am I going to make? If I was a Hall of Fame 6-time national champion coach, yeah, I'd say, see ya.
Absolutely.
For this crap, I'm too old for this junk.
Yep.
So there it is, right out of his own mouth. People are shocked. I don't know why they're so shocked. I knew it from the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a realist. I mean, that's just what it is. It made too much sense for it not to be things. So you want to vote? The cold hard truth.
Yeah.
Saban retired for a multiple of reasons, but one of them absolutely being he got tired of kids saying, how much money are you going to pay me?
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in his office when he was having these meetings.
Yes.
And you know what the funny thing is, it probably wasn't even the top players. Like a Jalen Milroe. No. Because let's be real. So. He could have transferred to anywhere in the country he wanted to and been fine.
Yeah.
He ain't worrying about money.
No.
But some of these young kids that are there, and obviously we can't speculate and say who it was, but Bama did have one really big name kid that left, Des Ricks, who was he was a top cornerback coming out of high school. He reclassified to where he graduated a year early to come to campus. Then he transfers to Texas A&M.
Yeah, right.
And if you think about that, what's so special about A&M? They promise you a crap load of money, even if they can't deliver.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean it's pretty wild. But
I have a way to fix that.
what is your way to fix that, Chris? I love hearing this man's takes on stuff because he comes up with the craziest, most off the wall, but they always make sense. Go ahead, Chris.
How about we stop recruiting?
Stop recruiting.
Okay, hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Dartmouth basketball just voted to unionize.
Yeah, true.
We are one step closer to schools actually paying players.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? If the school is going to be paying your butt, you're not getting a free ride to go to school here. I don't have to recruit you.
Yeah.
Make it like a job application.
Ooh. We're gonna put a
kind of like college.
We're gonna put an
baseball already
advertisement
does.
on Indeed for looking for a 6'3", 293-pound inside linebacker that has multiple years of high school experience and a national champion or a state championship under their belt.
Well, I mean, that's how college baseball is already. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, yes, you have your top names that get recruited, but
Yeah.
in a lot of cases, these kids are having to send email after email after email.
Yeah, true. True, Randy.
Yeah,
True.
If schools are going to be paying players, why should the school also be providing the free education?
Yeah, exactly.
If schools are going to be paying players,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to pay you. Make it like a job application. You apply to come here, and we'll tell you
Yep.
if you're accepted or not.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty wild for sure.
It'd be interesting to see how it turns out.
It would be very interesting to see how it turns out. Switching gears, and while we're doing that, I want to hear in the comments, what do you think about Nick Saban and his comments? Do you think that they're warranted? Did you call it? Did you know that was the reason? Because there were rumors circulating, right? We heard stuff about Mrs. Saban. I can't remember her name. What is her name?
Terry.
Terry. Thank you, Miss Terry. Having health issues, and that was the real reason. And then somebody came out and said, no, that was false. But I want to know from you guys. I mean, we got well over 100 people in here tonight.
And notice we refuse to even acknowledge those rumors about Terry Saban as well.
Yeah, no,
because we were like, okay, anybody can make up anything, and we're not going to report something that could be that serious.
No, now that was a decision that
jeopardized our reputation.
Right. I didn't want to. I don't want to say nothing on that either. But I want to know from you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think those comments were warranted? Do you think it was some kind of is there an underlying tone that he's trying to get across there, or is this really just the real Nick Saban not giving a flip? Go ahead, Chris.
So it's just, I mean, I don't blame him for being that way.
Yeah.
The college football that we see today is not what I've known for 50 years.
No, it's bastardized.
Yep, it's totally different. Totally different.
But it actually ties in with my next subject, which we're going to get into in a little while.
Yeah.
But it involves, money and allegations, and
yeah.
It actually ties into something that broke today.
Yeah. Dominic Ambrose. I think it's Ambrose. I think it's Saban's way of trying to push for NIL regulations. And I agree with that.
Okay, so that leads to another question, though. Okay, if that's the case, is it possible we could see Nick Saban return to coaching if things were fixed?
Not return to coaching. I think he would be a big advocate for it. He's how old is he? 70. How old is he?
74, I think.
70. Like no, he's done. No, he's done. Randy says, let me present you with this, boys. If you don't adapt, you die. Example, BlackBerry phones, Nokia phones. Yeah, and I just think that Nick was tired of adapting. I think he said, dude, I'm too old for this. Let me die in peace.
I'm pretty sure my old Nokia brick phone is still working somewhere in a dump. Just to be perfectly honest.
It's been ran over by a bulldozer 17 times.
Yes.
And if you called the number, it would probably ring.
The Golden Boot Podcast. Mondays and Fridays at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, only on the Dogs Media Network. Stay golden.